Morning, everyone. It's the Saints man, small van driver on the CX, and it's Saturday, 27th of November. Wow, getting near the end of November. This is my video from Thursday morning. I left it last video Thursday morning. I was in Sheffield. I'd tramped there the night, waiting for an engineer, and this is Thursday and Friday, which was just two piddle about days, to be honest. The engineer did turn up. He should have been there at 7:30. No, that's a lie. He didn't turn up. Um, he should have been there at 7:30. I phoned him at 7:15, and he said he was going to be about 8 to 8:15, which, fair enough, that's the way it is. It didn't matter because I hadn't really got a job. I was on site, so that's fair enough. And then I got a phone call from him after I did the video at 8:05 to say there was two guys there, should be there in a black Transit. Can you give it to them? They got their headlights on, and they were. They were right in front of me. It was a big car park. There was two rows in front of me, and they took it. It did say the thing to hand it to him personally. So what I'd done when they took it, I got the signature on the POD and all that. But I put in the notes on the CX what had happened. He'd phoned me. He was late, so the shipper knew what had happened. Because I phoned the shipper, but no one answered because it was a bit early. Yeah, and I just put it all in the shipper's notes that they'd give it to this other two lads who worked for him. They knew him anyway, so they knew who he was. And then I did phone them about 9 o'clock just to see if they got the notes and to explain. They were happy. They said that's fine. Thanks for letting them know, which is a good thing. You keep communicating with shipper. That shipper, when you come to quoting on a job again, he may look at it and get two or three quotes and think, that's the bloke who phoned us to let us know and keep us in the picture. So it does help you, I think, and it's only a phone call. So from there, Sheffield, I drove to Morrison's, which was just up the road, to get some food and to get some fuel, cheap fuel, and use the toilet, which is what I did. There was the odd job popped up, but I was just looking to get nearer home. So I thought if I could get from Sheffield down the road, nearer to home, Midlands, and fanny around, just do two or three jobs, that'd do me today. Because I say I'd had a monster Wednesday. So that's what happened. I managed to get a job. I quoted on two or three jobs, and I got one. What I didn't expect to get really was from Sutton in Ashfield, which was 25 mile away, and it was going. Look, I put the bins on. It was going to Leicester. Sutton in Ashfield to Leicester. It was only three small boxes going to a residential address in Leicester. And Leicester's a good area. Leicester is one of the cities that you get work. There's a few drivers around, but I've never failed to get work out of Leicester, and it's normally pretty good work as well. So we took the journey down Sutton Ashfield to Leicester, 45 quid, which it wasn't that far. It was only 30 miles, but with my 25 to get there, it came up 55 miles. So I thought 45 quid, and yeah, surprised I got it, but I did. And tipped it in Leicester and instantly got a second job. I was saying about Leicester how good it was. I wanted to go pretty much south or somewhere near, but this was Leicester to Nottingham, just south of Nottingham. And I was only a mile away from it. Again, it was good pence per mile because it's only 22 mile. I quoted 35 on it and got it. It was south of Nottingham, and I didn't go up the motorway, just went up the back road, and that was printing material to a cinema, believe it or not. It was 20 boxes of printing stuff. It was amble, but they're only small boxes, and was putting two on at a time. And I didn't mind, it was cold. It has turned cold. So I warmed them up a bit. Got to the cinema, and the cinema was upstairs. It was a corporate cinema. This is going to be a good one for you. It was a corporate cinema where companies or friends can rent a room out. They pick their own film. There's a list of films, loads of them. They have nibbles. They have drinks. It's like having your own cinema. Instead of having a home cinema, you have these rooms where you invite all your friends, and these rooms really plush. Never seen that before, but it was a corporate cinema. It was attached to the main cinema, but this was for the corporate stuff I had. Tip that easy on the ring road of Nottingham, south of Nottingham, easy. So I'm now looking for a job home. Really, I booked 35. I've only got 80 quid, but I thought if I can get a job for 50 quid, something like that, I'm going home. I'm having an easy day. I'm going to get home, finish early, And that's what happened. Really lucky. Sat in Nottingham. Jobs were coming Nottingham, going north or going to Manchester. I didn't want that, too far away. I thought if one pops up to Birmingham, Coventry, Leicester, Milton Keynes, Northampton ideally would be even better. So I sat a while, about not long, 25 minutes. In fact, I grabbed a coffee outside the cinema because that's where I parked. And then a job popped up, Northampton, Nottingham to Northampton. And I knew the company who it was. It was collecting from Boots, going to Northampton Brackmills, which is 3 miles from my house. So I did quite keenly on it. If I want to get home, I'll go as low as 60p a mile. If it's going to get me the job and get me home, I won't go below 60. It just ain't, it ain't worth it. And I quoted slightly over 60 because I miscalculated, but still got the phone call. He knows me, and his first words was, "This will get you home. This will get you home. This job will get you home, won't it?" And I said, "It will." I said, "I've been up to Glasgow, so I had a mega long day yesterday, so I'm just looking for an early finish." He went, "Yeah, He says, "I'll send it straight over." And it was collecting from Boots, which is a huge place. I've been once before. The first time you go, it is intimidating. There's loading docks everywhere. But once you've been once, it's okay. But the stuff I need has to come down. You have to phone a number, which, as the shipper said, give it a ring before you get there because it takes them 10 minutes to bring it down. And I did. Sure enough, it was answer machine. Left a message, went in, phoned it again, and someone answered, and they said, "Oh, you the courier that left a message?" Yep, we're on our way down. So it was only a 5-minute job. And straight to Brackmills. I knew where it was going. I've been there a few times for this company. Dropped it off. And that's it. I'm going home. That's Thursday done. Dusted. I was home at 2:30. I didn't actually start work properly until about 8:30. So it was a 6-hour day, which was 6.5 hours. I started at 8. I put 6.5 hours on the day. Yeah, I only got 127 quid in the end, but I only did 180 miles, so it was 70 per mile every mile, and I got a nice early finish. Lovely. Got a lovely shower when I got in, all sorted. Give the dog a walk. Day's done. So that was a good day. I say it was only a 6.5 hour day, but the day before I'd done like nearly 14 hours, so it averages out. Worked out what I needed to get to me target, which my target is 1,000 a week. So on Friday I thought all I really need is sort of 120, 125 quid. So again, I couldn't start early Friday. I got a massage. This is the second time I've been to see Nikki. It's one of my biker mates. His wife does it as a job, as a living. She does nails and feet and face and whatever, waxing, but she also does massage, hot stone massage on backs and stuff. And the first time I went, when my back was in real pain, it was bliss. It was bliss. And my back twinges. It's fine lifting. It's walking and doing about. If I can walk the dog, by the time I get back, the lower back, the muscles are solid and I get knots in my back. I used to get it when I played rugby, and you need something to relieve it. So I went to see her. I booked in an hour session from 9 till 10 on that Friday. So I knew Friday was just going to be a little piddly round little day. And that's how it turned out, really. It's Frantic Friday, isn't it? It's like, I went having a massage in Northampton, only just down the road. Took my van, got all my kit, so I was just straight onto a job if I wanted it. Time I left Nicky's about 10:05. I parked up just literally supermarket across the way. Went and parked in a car park and started looking for jobs. And jobs were pinging. But I didn't want to go too far. I decided that Friday was going to be 3 small jobs, probably, hopefully. But they weren't. They was all over the place. There was a lot to London. And London on a Friday is just, it's a no-goer, really, for me. Anyway, a job did pop up from a local courier who I do a bit of work for, and this is a really interesting job. It was picking up Northampton. It's a regular place, and it's Cosworth in Northampton, NM5, and going to Hampshire. And it was one bag, and it was 105 miles, 105 all in. That was from where I was. and I quoted 82. So about 75p, just over 100 miles, about 75 cents, and got a phone call straight away. Yeah, Dave, you're okay for that? Well, yeah, he did phone me. Or did I phone him? No, he phoned me. He says, he knew me. He says, Dave, you're right to do this job for us? He said, it's urgent. I went, yeah. And it was down the M25, M1, M25, M3. Not M3, well, a bit of the M3. And it was it was below Basingstoke, I can't remember where it was now. It's in the middle of nowhere. But it was a small industrial estate, and it was at the end of the industrial estate. There's 5 or 6 sort of newish looking buildings. Found it. There's one man there, and it got Formula One cars there. He got Nigel Mansell's Formula One 1987, 1986 car, and they use them for corporate events. And it was some parts for it. So I ain't gonna put any photos on it because I ain't gonna say exactly where it was because he got Ayrton Senna's car there as well. But wow, it was a cracking job, and I'm not mad into Formula. I'm into motorbikes. I'm into that. But my mate is mad on it. He let me take one photo. So you can take one photo, but not to put on social media. He said because obviously those cars are really expensive. All right, okay, and it was. Ooh, he got 4 cars in there. They're all stripped, and he's working on them. But whew, yeah, mega. So interesting job on a Friday. Anyway, come out of there. Had a chill, went and parked up. I literally parked up at the road. I'm getting a job. I'm just looking for one job. And do you think I could get a job? I think on Friday, everyone's looking to do the same. I sort of sat there and thought, everyone's just looking to get home. There was loads of jobs, but nowhere going where I wanted to go. They were going London, Southampton. I'm looking to come back towards Northampton, back towards anywhere near a home. I'll take a 40 quid job if it gets me 30 miles closer to home. But nothing. Well, there was. That's a lie. There was. And I quoted on 2 or 3. I quoted on one from Hook. That rings a bell. Hook. I was like 10 miles from Hook to Luton. And I thought, I'll quote on it. I quoted 60p because I thought it's my last job. That'll get me over me grand a week. I quoted 60p all in. That would include the 10 miles. So it was a little bit more. But it was still competitive rate. Really competitive. Not a sniff. Unsuccessful. And there was jobs on there. There was a COVID jobs going to Slough. There was one from Fleet. There was one from Guildford. There was one from Reading. There was one from Andover. Andover was 30 odd miles away. I quoted on that one, but I included the 30 odd miles at 65p. No, I've quoted on, but it was later in the day. It was like picking up 10 to 4, which is fine. And then in the end, I quoted nothing. I thought I'm going to sit tight. Then there was a job to Slough, which was again from Basingstoke, and that I quoted 70 pence, but not even getting to Basingstoke. Gone, unsuccessful. There was a few drivers around, and I'm sure everyone's looking just to get home or get near home. And the jobs to Southampton, going down south, and there was one to Chichester. No one, it just kept pinging back up and up and up, and I'm going to be 2.5 hours from home then, and I'm not getting home from there. So I thought, no, I'm going to sit tight. I sat tight for a while, and in the end, I quoted on the COVID jobs. I quoted from Fleet to Slough. Slough's 60 odd miles from my house, but I was 100 miles from my house. Yeah, about 100 mile. So I quoted Fleet to Slough. In the end, it was only 22 miles, but I'd got 14 miles to get to Fleet, something like that. I quoted £1 a mile. It was, I quoted 38 quid. And 38 quid got me to £1,000. Just, exactly £1,000 in my calculations then. And yeah, got a phone call. Asked if I could drop it a bit. I said I can't because I'm just coming from, I'm 14 miles away. I've got dead mileage. And she agreed. She says, that's fair. Yeah, can you do that for us? Because we've got loads to cover. So I got it for 38 quid. Pick up 10 to 4, and I was just a gentle drive up to Fleet. Really nice through the forests. Got to Fleet and waited about 20 minutes. Lovely girl there, and she'd already said, she says, it's going to be a little bit earlier because I was there about 3:10. She said, it's going to be a little bit early if that's all right. She says, I've had a chat with them. I need to get away by 4:45, which suits me because it's normally 4 o'clock. I went, yeah, it's fine. I said, as long as it's... I don't want someone coming after and, you know, they say, well, where's the driver? He's already gone. She said, no, I'll be gone. And sure enough, she bought the box out at 4:45. In fact, it was just slightly before 4:45. Because I put it in the van and I did my paperwork. She'd locked up and gone. She'd gone home. I was still there. But she'd gone. So if anyone turned up at 5 to 4, 10 to 4 for a COVID, they weren't getting one. But she said she'd arranged it with the company, the COVID people. So, anyway, so I do that job. 38 quid. And it got me to Slough. I've been there hundreds of times. It's a little green pod. He takes them all now. And then they get shipped somewhere else. So it got me to my 1,000. I'm now packed up about 10 to 5 on a Friday. I thought, I'm just going home. Got 1,000. I know it was 61 miles, it said. It's going to be mayhem. Traffic's going to be a bloody nightmare. In fact, we sat nav and me Google on my phone got me down as 1 hour 40 minutes for a 60-mile journey. So it was going to be slow. But I went up through Aylesbury. I went up the back. I didn't go on the motorways. I went up through Aylesbury. Cut a few miles off, actually. But I still, when I got past Aylesbury, I went through Buckingham that way, around the back roads. I know them quite well. Then I got a phone call from a shipper that gives me quite a lot of work, who doesn't put it on the CX. He puts jobs on the CX, but he don't put jobs he knows I can do on the CX that are my rate. It'll do it for my rate. He just phones me up. And he phoned me up. He says, Dave, I don't know whether you want to do this job Monday. If you want to drop in, he says it's going to be at about 6 o'clock, 6:15. He says to go Newcastle upon Tyne. And I went, yeah, that's great. Which is fantastic. I love getting a job, so I've already got the job for Monday. He says, if you want to call, I'll give you a shout when it's... I said, well, I'm just past Buckingham. He said, it should be coming in the next 10 minutes. So, but when I got there, because of the traffic, it was about 20 to 7. So, but they were there waiting for me. All I got is 11 boxes going to Newcastle upon Tyne, which for Monday morning. So, got a really good trip. I'll be leaving at the house at 6:30 Monday. I've got 11 o'clock booking. One Hit Distribution Centre, just north of Newcastle upon Tyne. Really good money. And I'll be ready to rock. I'm virtually at my target. And I'll be at my target by 11:30. I'll be done by 12. And then I'm looking for anything, anywhere, because I've got a full week next week. Hopefully, no problems. So we could be tramping. We could be going north. We could be going anywhere. But I feel as though it's a good start. So that's it. Anything I need to say? Up to 182 subscribers. As I say, it's all unedited. I don't edit it. I don't even normally read it back or look for it again. So brilliant. You subscribe at 182. I try and answer all your questions. It might take me a couple of days because I don't look at it every day. If you've got any comments, put them in the thing. I'm trying to do one on the tramping, but Wednesday in Sheffield, Wednesday night, it was 20 to 11 when I got there, and I just straight to bed. I was shattered. I didn't do any photos or any little video. The basic thing is, my van, I'll do a little video on the tramping, how I set it up. I'll do one and put one out this week. But yeah, that's what I'll do. Just to see how I make it easier for me to tramp, even in the bad weather, cold weather. So, hope you're all making money. I put my mileage. My mileage this week was 1,579. So it wasn't too bad because I did 600 miles on Wednesday. But the other 4 days, it was just local stuff. 1,579. I didn't hit my target. I did £999 and 35p. I was 65p short. So, hey, nothing is it? My pence per mile, with my dead mileage on Friday, I did some dead mileage on another day. I did about 50 odd mile. But I didn't have too much dead mileage. But my pence per mile was 64 pence per mile, all in, every mile. Which is okay. I'd like to get it higher. But if you're doing dead mileage, you'd knock it back. But in the small van, I'm doing my pence per gallon is averaging at about 55 miles per gallon. So it's a gallon, it's not too shabby. It's if you're doing 60-mile dead mileage, it's a gallon of fuel, which is probably £7, something like that now. So yeah, not too bad. So my day rate worked out. It was £200 all bar 5p a day, £199 and 94p or something daft. And the amount of time worked, that's from leaving my house to getting home, the whole week was 48 and 3/4, so nearly 50 hours. 48 and 3/4 hours. Quick recap, yeah, Monday and Tuesday were steady days, 200 and 175. Wednesday, which I didn't think was going to be a mega day, I hadn't got nothing booked in, ended up being a monster, got 375. So that one good day a week, this is for me, what works for me. If I get one monster day, the rest of the week I can just pool around and pick and choose and do what I want. That's what I try and do. Or I try and get 2 really good days. If I get one monster, like 375, then I can do 150s pretty much, each day, 160, 170, and I'm going to hit 1,000. My other thing is if I get 2 good days at like 280, 290, you get 2 of them days, it puts you ahead. And I try and get them early in the week, and then just by the end of the week, it's all good. So, that's what it is. Like I say, I hope you're making money. Don't think there's anything else I need to say. Just speak to you soon.